All righty. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Gaming After Dark. I'm your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. Noof Nukem is in the room. I'm here with delightful Primal Eve. Well, Primal. Oh, I kind of give it away.
I don't
say
care.
that.
That's fine.
Here's my co-host.
The one and only Primal Eve.
That's right, the one and only, the always lonely Primal Eve. She's back this week, guys. So hope you can keep your excitement contained in your pants, because we're gonna have a great show tonight. If you didn't hear last week, and by the way, we had fantastic guests last week. Probably, I don't know if you didn't manage to catch any of the show afterwards, but we had Dreadpool here and Xbot 448, and man, what a hell of a show we had! Actually, it went off really well. Yeah, it went really well. Xbot came in and he just added another dimension, and it was fantastic. So it would have been even better if you were there, but unfortunately, you couldn't make it.
No, I was in bed, like friggin' fetal position, wanting to like scoop my insides out. Yeah, it wasn't a good day. I was actually out of work all week last week.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
Well, sorry to hear that. Hopefully, you're feeling a lot better.
Yeah,
as good as can be.
Right. No, it just you got to keep rolling. So.
So on last week's show, as we probably mentioned, we are looking for a third panel member. In most cases, it's pretty easy, but I've reached out to a few people in the past, and again, it's all about commitment, right? It's great that you want to do it, but if you can't do this week in, week out, that's kind of defeats the whole purpose of us finding the third panel member. So that's what's happening. And our guest this week, he's a first-time guest, at least on this particular podcast. I don't know him real well. I think he's fairly new to our side of the community. I don't know, maybe he's been around for a while, but he's going to tell you all about that. So our special guest tonight, and the first audition, so to speak, is Mr. Junos 23. Juno, welcome to the podcast, my friend. How have you been?
I've been all right. Another day in paradise. Thank you for being drafted first. Finally, finally didn't have to go to the back of the line. But been great. I've been on a couple podcasts, but not like I wouldn't say any big podcasts. But that's on the rise, right? You're on our way up.
Hey, we're not big either. I'm not even big in the pants.
I
almost got big boobs though.
Yeah,
it's the motion of the ocean, right?
Got for me that and my thighs.
I mean, smart cars are in, right? Don't those little tiny cars that fit into like your pocket, right?
Park themselves.
Exactly. No more big giant Toyota.
I've got a penis that parks itself.
10 million horsepower, right? To drive in the park.
Absolutely. It's all about the economy now. It's about the longevity and distance, right?
Exactly.
Horsepower for 2 minutes is not much good either, right?
Horsepower for 2 minutes. If you get to where you're going in those 2 minutes.
Primal's like, Jesus, 2 minutes and you can't walk the next day. You're like, fuck.
No, that's fucking. I'll take what I can get at this point. 2 minutes.
You want a cruise missile or a hypersonic missile?
All right. Before we get back to you and ask you some questions about your background, your podcasting interest, and all that good stuff, let's catch up with our amazing chat. As always, they're rolling in. I'm pretty sure RDX is probably still going. Shout out to those guys over there who run one of the craziest, amazing podcasts. Dealer always gives me shout out, so shout out to Dealer as well, guys. If you never checked out RDX, go check them out. Really talented, really knowledgeable guys. They have a crazy show. I can't believe they're hitting 2,200 people tonight. That just blows my mind. Like, I remember with a lot of these podcasts when they started out and they were 40, 50, and eventually 150. And then you see where some of them are today, and it blows your mind. So kudos to them. But let's give a shout out to the chat. Timothy Dixon is the first guy who knocked on the door tonight. Low end of average gaming. What's up, brother? Chris Bomb is in the house. What's happening, Crispy? We got Back from the Dead who's here. We got Supersonic Station hanging out with us. We've got Infinite is here as well. Easy Money 4K. Yeah, baby. So we got a good crew already in the chat, and it's early. This is going to be a good show. So, Juno, before we get into all the topics, tell us a little bit about yourself, your gaming history, background, that sort of thing, and your interest in the whole podcast scene.
Well, let's see. Gaming history, we'd be going way back to, Game Boy days. Red or blue version, original console wars, right? You either have
right.
You didn't have both.
Yeah, the Pokemon Red and Blue.
Exactly. Well, at least in my neighborhood, you didn't have both. It was you.
Right.
You only get one. But I want to say, yeah, this I've never owned a PlayStation, just to get that out the way. My hands are kind of big. The controller just always felt a little bit too small. I just never owned one. You know, went from Nintendo to 64, GameCube, Mario Sunsplash. Can we get that on Xbox? Come on now. Let's go.
Yeah. There you go. We're gonna if he makes the podcast as our panel member, we'll have to call him Mr. Big Mitts.
You know, I've been called worse names. You know, when you look like Steve Urkel as a kid, it's and grew up in the '90s, the struggle was real.
Well, hey, Harold.
Yes, it was daily.
Awesome. So what are you rolling right now? Then what's what's your main? You obviously don't have a PlayStation still, right? Is there an Xbox guy?
Xbox One X now. I got rid of the Fat Boy. I miss my Kinect. I do despise all you haters that was hating on Kinect. I miss being able to snap. I'll be able to do this podcast while playing the Xbox right now because I'll be able to snap YouTube right next to it.
Nice.
I do that every show.
I miss being an Xbox on. I literally say it sometimes and then forget, like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I kind of miss mine too. Spider-Man 356 is in the house. Spider-Man, I gave a big shout out to you the other night on Twitter, brother, because Spider-Man has been like following me. He's been in on podcasts. He's been at a lot of my streams. He's been there almost like for me practically since day one. And speaking of, I just hit 4,000 followers, over 4,000 on Twitter, and like that's that itself is nothing. You know, it's nothing to brag about. It's just kind of hard to phantom like little old me and 4,000 people follow my account for whatever fucking reason. Most of the time, I can't figure it out. Don't know how I haven't been blocked by so many people, or why they even choose to follow me. A lot of times, maybe I'm funny, maybe I don't know what it is. But anyway, I do appreciate each and every one, the follows. I know Spider-Man's not on Twitter, and that's why I give him the props here, because he doesn't get involved in that crazy crap. But it's all good. Doggy Dog 420. What's up, Doggy Dog? Glad you could be here, brother. So yeah, big kudos to Spider-Man, dude. Like, that support does not go unnoticed, let me tell you. And all of you guys in the chat, like I think almost everybody's in this chat right now has been following this particular podcast from probably since day one. So you guys are fucking all-stars. Even before that.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys from that too, which is awesome. I absolutely love it.
Easy Money 4K says, because I keep it real. Speaking of Easy Money, Easy, I got to get you on this podcast, brother. So keep that, put that down somewhere. I got to get you on sometime. And just because we get a third panel member doesn't mean we won't have guests. So just keep that in mind, right? We'll still have a few guests here and there. Of course. But yeah, so what's it, Primal? What you been like? Well, obviously you haven't been feeling that well. So have you been able to play anything?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, besides sweating my tits off, like I should really I should be bottling this shit now. It's like almost 90 degrees here, which is so fucked up because 2 weeks ago we had snow, and it's just like the weather's fucked up here. But I have been playing. The person that I'm sharing Xboxes with, he ended up picking up Maneater, and there's some weird twisted pleasure cool. and satisfaction of just
eating people.
Yeah. Different. A new fetish I didn't know I had. Hey, what I can get. But no, like besides that, of course, Apex started. And they have a new character who's super hot, and then just kind of.
Primal's like, it's been so long. I'd let a great white shark fucking get up between my legs right now.
Fucking, I'll show him what a real great white is. But I earlier today, some really cool news for me. I know some of you guys aren't into this whole genre or anything, but there's a new Sherlock Holmes game coming out, and that is very exciting to me. I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. I'm a huge detective game person. I need to solve the mystery, so that was pretty cool. But
you should try that Call of Cthulhu game. That's kind of like that too.
Yeah, no, I have it installed. It's kind of just sitting there, but I have that issue where I think I stare at my dashboard more than I actually play games. Just trying to figure out what the fuck it is that I'm going to play. I think
that would be me the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck's gone on, but like I got all the time in the world now, and I always bitched before it I didn't have the time, and now I'm sitting here going, I got all the time, and I can't sort of bring myself to get it. I even tried Final Fantasy, and as much as I love the game, it's like I'll play a little bit, and I'm like, eh.
I still haven't even beaten that yet, which is shocking.
It's not the game.
So hardcore.
Damn you, Game Pass.
And like, but no, it's weird. And we have all these options and shit. We have like everything at our disposal, and it's kind of like, not today. Like, I don't know.
Right? You look at the game, it's like, do I really feel like really starting it right now?
Right. Exactly.
Hey, a couple of our community's finest are in the chat. Cyber Gunter is in the house. What's happening, Cyber Gunter? We got Infinite is here. Jago Kukin, man. Jago, the last time he was on this podcast, man, that was a fire show. We got to get Jago back again real soon. Jago jives real good with me in Primal. He's got that, he's got that wit, and he's a funny guy. So Retro Renegades was good again today. Got to check that out earlier until I had to go eat, but then I came back and caught the rest of it. So good old Graphic God. Something was going on with his mic. Wasn't very loud today, but good show. And how about you, Junos, man? Obviously, you're on the Xbox platform. So what have you been playing? What's been keeping you busy? Or are you in the same boat?
Not in the same boat. Me and Primal have a little different primal settings on our bodies.
Well, now,
I'm not as gifted, and no, just been playing Call of Duty gun game. The only lobby that talks is essentially, and then one of those players, like if you ever see me playing. If we're playing Call of Duty, I don't like shooting people in the back, so I say I'm behind you. Right. In gun game, everybody can hear you. Right. I'm not going to yell out your gamer tag. That's helping you too much. I already told you I'm behind you. I'm already giving you that heads up. Just because it's not you that I'm actually behind doesn't mean it's my fault that you turned around.
Right.
Simple things like that. But, we just got a No Man's Sky in there.
Coming to Game Pass, yeah.
So we got to hop on that. But really besides that, just been waiting and playing 2K, PlayStation style,
Oh, okay, cool.
Common games, PlayStation. Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's give a shout out to my brother from another mother. Mr. Saltiest Gaming is in the chat. What's up, Salt? Glad you could be here, brother. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the show. Don't forget, Saltiest Gaming podcast coming to you live on Thursday nights. Go check it out, guys. Good crew. Salty runs a good show over there. So. What's your favorite game franchise on the Xbox? And Juno, are you excited about Halo Infinite and everything?
Easily, where the hell is Jade Empire? I even know. All right, but, that's way back for you old school Xbox gamers. But currently, it's still Halo, but it's just the last one kind of didn't feature Master Chief. I'm glad it featured the black guy, but I wasn't Master Chief.
Yeah,
but it was like it was a letdown. But we'll see how Infinite is, right?
Right, absolutely. I think Locke's a cool character, man. Hopefully, bring him back somewhere. Maybe have even a spin-off game with that guy, But
he could have been Master Chief's partner or something, like how in Call of Duty, what's his name? Damn, I can't read that.
Soap.
British, yeah, Soap, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
It could have been like that.
Let's go, Soap.
Maybe they need us, throwing some ideas out there when they're brainstorming.
Absolutely. Well, Halo Infinite, guys, that's coming out in a few months. Can't freaking wait. Still my most anticipated game. For me, there's a lot of great games coming out, but man, how can you not be excited for another Halo? It's been so long, and the pressure is really on 343. That's not our topic for tonight, though. But yeah, we got. Hey, UK Dazzy's here, our brother from the UK. What's going on, Daz? Hope you're feeling a little better, brother. He says, I need to eat some Primal. What's up, Fannies? Well, there we go. We know that Dazzy's brain didn't get affected with his latest stroke incident. So I got to get Daz on the show again soon. The last time he was here, that was...
I know. That's so much trouble. You're asking for trouble if you put it...
There you go. We need to get Daz and Jago on the same show.
Oh, man. Oh man.
All right. So Primal can't stay for the whole show, guys. So we're going to get this going. We're going to jump right into the topics. Again, I want you to, when Juno speaks tonight on any of the topics and stuff, listen to him carefully because we want the community feedback for our guests over the next couple of weeks. Right? Yeah, lots of pressure. He articulates well, he's knowledgeable, that sort of stuff, or he's funny, he's witty, because we're trying to find someone who jives with, not just somebody that knows gaming, but jives with me in Primal. So that's what we're looking for, is sort of that third person with a bit of chemistry. I can tell you right now, so so far, he's off to a fantastic fucking start. So the pressure is on. That's right, dog. Yeah, pressure is on. But let's get right into the topics because the Primal can't stay too long, and she's got her
I'm
Primal
going to stay
question,
as
right?
long as I can tonight. We'll see.
All right. All right, so let's get into it. Let me just head over to the message board here. What the fuck is that? I don't remember how PS and Xbox is bringing it. Oh, okay. The article kind of changed in my fucking dashboard. It's kind of weird.
All right.
Yeah. So the image again. What's his name? He's from Platinum Games. You know, the guy who let Xbox down on the whole. What's that fucking dragon game again?
Scalebound.
Scalebound. Well, he's trying to say that basically the new consoles, as powerful as they are, you know, it's not going to see that. Yeah, it's not going to be that exciting. Not going to see as much change, all that kind of stuff. You know, is he sour graping, that sort of thing? What do you guys think about that? I'll start with Primal on this one. Like Primal, like, I mean, at the end of the day, does it really fucking matter?
For me, no.
Ultimately,
like, yeah, no. This is a no-brainer for me. Whatever, just give me the game.
Right, kick rocks.
That's all. Like, and it's always been like that for me throughout this whole entire journey we've been going on with this console war bullshit. PS5, you got the Series X and all that shit. Okay, that's awesome that it can do all this really neat, cool tech shit. Use it and give me the game. That's all.
Right.
Right, absolutely. So you also think as well, there's been a lot of bad blood between, it seems like, Platinum and Xbox. Do you think there's anything there? You know, because there was, I mean, rumored talk that Xbox might have tried to acquire Platinum, and obviously he dismissed it again. There's a lot of funky rumors that go around in the video game world, but
Yeah.
You know, like, it's weird with Platinum because they're like all over the place. They're making games for Nintendo one day. Like, apparently Platinum Games, they're the ones who made the event. Was it that they made that Avengers game there, or the Marvel, what do you call it, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 that was made by them?
And it's so fucked up because I would actually, like, you know, put my kid out on the street to work for that game because like I would love to play it, and it's co-op. I absolutely love the first two, and they're like, all right, we're gonna put the third one on 3 or on the almost said the Wii.
Switch.
Shit. Yeah, Switch. Thank you. And then same thing with Bayonetta. I absolutely love Bayonetta. I was so excited for 2. And what happens? They put it on a Nintendo console. Like, what? Like, your audience for those kinds of games is going to be bigger on the Xbox versus Nintendo. No offense to Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't need help. They have their own shit going on. And I just think it's not a smart move. I don't know what's going on. Probably something financial. But it kind of sucks because some people are losing out on that. I'm not going to get a Switch just to play one game.
Right, absolutely. Hey, Cray Simmons is in the chat. He made it here. And Squirrely Dan, my brother, what's happening? I'm glad you can make the show, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, like, Juno, like, how about yourself, man? Like, you know, like what's your take on the new consoles? Like, are you expecting big things? Do you think obviously the difference is really going to be legitimate, or is it going to be in the finer points? And what do you think of his sort of take on that?
I'd say he was, I mean, maybe a little salty from the, you know, the whole Scalebound thing, but it was kind of a mutual fuck up. You know, 2 L's, you put them together, you build a bridge, right?
Right, right.
It's just crazy how, I don't know, the new consoles, how it seems, you know, if it's mostly Xbox, if we tell you everything about the new console, they'll find something negative. Like PlayStation, we tell you nothing. Oh wait, there's going to be positive stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, it's just like, wait, so you don't tell me anything. I just know there's going to be positive. But it's, you know, it's a give and go. I would say I'm juiced I'm obviously get a Series X. You know, I don't know why. One little side little note. I don't know why the hell we can't buy the controller already. If anybody else don't get that, why could they edit the share button? It's like, that would come in handy right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, right? I guess it would kind of ruin the whole rollout, right?
But it's the controller. It's not like DualSense or whatever. Right. Yeah. DualSense. Yeah. Even though there's not. Yeah. Whatever it is. Xbox, PlayStation style.
So that's
But
a big reason you prefer Xbox too, because of the controller. Because you said earlier that your hands are a little big, so that preference of the controller was a part of the reason as well.
yeah, I'll see. Most of my friends, they actually have PlayStations or a PC. I mean, the only other person I game share with has Xbox. So
yeah. Speaking of that DualSense, is it supposed to be bigger or smaller than the DualShock 4? I can't remember.
I think they said like a little bigger, like a little wider, where the grip for the triggers are. Basically, they literally, I mean, as much as people don't like it, it's basically supposed to a little bit smaller than an Xbox controller.
Yeah, because I heard, that one's probably going to be a little bigger, and I've also heard that the new Xbox one's actually a little bit smaller now.
Yeah, so they're almost the same size, just those offset analog sticks, and
right.
Yeah, but it is what it is, and I would say the thing about the next gen is, everybody always talks about this damn SSD. As I mentioned to some people earlier, PlayStation only has that 825 gigs. All those AAA bangers you want are not going to fit on 825 gigs. No. And with no proprietary SSD on the outside, it's going to be like it's not going to be the same performance, unlike Xbox, which that Seagate SSD I want to bet is probably going to cost the same as an Elite controller.
Jago says that the DualSense controller wider at the tip of it or the base is the question. I couldn't tell you, Jago. You'll have to buy one and find out.
Well, they said the grip changes. The resistance changes the harder you pull.
Right. I love the DualSense though so far. Like I like that design. Some people are not fans of it. I think it looks pretty cool, crisp, and futuristic. But hey, so yeah, it's all good.
Finally.
Dazzy wants to give Primal a solid state drive.
He wants to give me a little more than that.
I think in his SSD stands for super solid dick is what I'm thinking.
Ooh, I like
that. I mean, you can put SSD. Yeah. We'll go with positive reviews.
As long as he wants to give her an SSD instead of an STD, we're okay, right? So. I mean, from both your perspectives, I mean, what do you guys expect to be sort of the biggest differences moving forward with the console? Outside of obviously, there's more horsepower, and the solid state drives in both consoles will add a huge difference to the loading times on both consoles, which is fantastic. So, what kind of things are you expecting to see, or would you like to see out of a new next generation console to kind of make you go ooh, or those sorts of things?
Crackdown destruction without the internet.
There you go. That'd be fucking cool. Definitely has the processing power to handle a lot more. Anything for you, Primal? Like anything stand out to you in the current generation of games? You go, geez, I wish when the next consoles would fix that, or this would look better.
No, I guess I'm like a little kid where like everything that they come out with is like so impressive that I'm really happy with whatever it is that they come out with. So I don't know. There really isn't anything I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Any different. I feel like everything's going to still be exactly the same. Xbox is going to be geared towards the more multiplayer things. Sony's still going to do their single player thing. There's really not going to be anything that big of a difference.
Well, I was playing Detroit Become Human today, and I got to give that game lots of props because one thing that those games do really, really well that we don't see in a lot of other games, right? And I know there's reasons probably why, because of the style of game that they develop. They can really focus in on textures and things like the faces, but that was the big thing for me with Detroit and the Quantic Dreams games in particular. But this one definitely, because obviously the added horsepower of the PS4, the graphical evolution from Heavy Rain and stuff. But is that emotion? Is that the characters are now becoming to the point where they're very lifelike, and in some cases you almost really wouldn't be able to tell. You know what I mean? Like if there was no HUD on the screen and someone watched these guys talk in the game, they might almost come in and go like, fuck, are you watching a movie? Because they look fucking good. Like Lance Henriksen, like he looks fucking amazing, and the lead characters and their eyes, and even that girl that comes up on the fucking title screen, how like amazing she looks.
Oh no, and she fucking talks to you and shit, and
I
weather.
Laughed the other day because I was playing like about a week ago, and I left my controller like on the desk right now, and I wasn't playing the game, and all of a sudden I hear her go, you've been gone a while or something. Let's make sure your controller works. And then all of a sudden, the fucking PlayStation controller's like vibrating off the fucking thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it caught me off guard because I've never had a game do that before, right? And today when I finished the game, yes, I beat it finally. She like after the game's all done, she asked me this crazy question, not to kind of put spoilers out there, but she goes, she realizes that she's like human. She wants to have her own freedom, and she goes like, "Will you let me go? Like, well, can I go and be free? Yes or no?" And you answer, and I said yes, and she took off on me.
Oh man,
Jago let her ass go too. There you go, Jago. We're in the same boat,
I
brother.
let her go too. But that game is great because you were a part of that, and you ended up being a part of everybody's story, and you wanted everybody to like have everything work out. And it's definitely something that you have to do a couple playthroughs through. And I know I need to go back to it because there was a certain ending
Me too. I want
wasn't
to play it again.
pleased with, but no, that's definitely one of like the most memorable games. The music's fantastic. I listen to it frequently on my way to work. Doom. It gets me so ready. But no, it's just, overall, it's a great game. I want to see more games like that. Not exactly. I'm not looking for, Detroit.
I want to see that game with that level of detail or even higher, but I want to see it in a game that you fully control. Like an action game, like a Tomb Raider like the Tomb Raider franchise, for example, with maybe that level of character detail and those sort of animations, right? Because that's the thing with the new consoles. The visual upgrades are going to be harder and harder to notice because our generations are already so impressive. You look at Ghost of Tsushima, you look at God of War, you look at Rise, Son of Rome. The list goes on. Some of these games are already amazing, but it's that level of extra detail, like the things like foliage or buildings and things in the environment starting to look nearly photorealistic. And again, the thing is cloth physics, like having separate pieces of clothing that doesn't look like it was painted onto the characters. So that means a level of detail in the textures, and textures are the most consuming memory waster on any console. I was reading a thing with the dev today, and that's what he said. It's high resolution textures are fucking taxing. So the more of those that you got going on in a game, the harder it is. I must keep the frame rates up and then the resolutions up as well, right? So, and texture is what you really need to give that skin that realistic appearance. Whereas, like, you look at a lot of 360 games, they're good looking, but you look at the people's skin and they kind of look plastic, when especially you get to a cutscene, you're like,
they made it very realistic.
Yeah, sports games like I think sports games could use that, like the Maddens, the NBA franchises. They're kind of good, but they're not quite there. There's something a little bit off. They look great when the camera pans out, but sometimes you get in, you're like, ugh, So, and AI is going to be huge. Like having AI that can react accordingly to your actions instead of kind of being pre-scripted.
That's what I want. I want functioning AI. I am tired of having these like freaking stupid supposed partner co-op bullshit that terrible.
Like speaking of, like one of the new impressive things, and tomorrow apparently there's a video coming. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. The Last of Us 2 has a state of play tomorrow for The Last of Us 2, and I was watching the video that they put out last week. Now in this game, when Ellie, for example, if she hides, she can hide under stuff. She can actually crawl under like cars and stuff. And if the people are onto you and they suspect that you're in the area, like instead, most games where they just walk around, and then they give up and go back to their fucking spot. Like these guys will hunt you. They will actually stop and start looking under the cars. Like that's going to change the intensity level of that game too. Right?
Yeah.
What's Axel saying? Axel 1324 in the chat says the AI is going to sue me for sexual harassment because I made eye contact.
Oh my god! Right? That's how real it is.
Well, all you got to do is grab her by the.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, then your fucking system will shut down. Fucking knock on your door.
How about you, Junos? What do you expect out of the latest consoles? What do you think some of the big differences are? What do you think might be some of the downsides to the new ones?
Like you said, the textures and like I said, the physics and the destructible environments actually being like included in the game without the need for cloud support and stuff like that. And just the world sizes and fast traveling, would actually be fast. It won't be a loading screen or some kind of weird walkthrough simulator screen that some games have.
Yeah.
Or sometimes in games you don't even know it's a loading screen. You just thought it was part of the game. So it's like, what is going on here? But like she said, the AI and just it's going to be crazy. But like I said, it's just really, and with Xbox doing the xCloud into the Game Pass, I'm pretty sure that file size won't be an issue because you'll be able to stream the game instead of downloading it.
I think it'd be cool too if they get to the point where they can make a game where everything is almost unscripted. Where a lot of games, the level design is very generic. Like there's certain things you can interact with, but a lot of it's just static. So like to say you're playing an action game, you run out of ammo, so you see like a fucking toaster on the fucking counter. You can almost interact with anything. You go over, you press the button, you can fucking pick it up and fling it at something. You know what I mean? The kind of air of predictability is added to games, so it becomes more fluid. Obviously, it's going to take massive amounts of memory, and then you got to have the interaction physics be properly too. So when you want to pick up the toaster, you do instead of picking, go over by the toaster, all of a sudden you're opening the refrigerator instead. You know what I mean? So, all that sort of shit. So, HR Bomber, what's up, brother? How you doing? Anybody else obviously this guy, getting back to the original topic, like he's just kind of saying at the end of it, he's not really dissing the new consoles. There's going to be plenty of advantages, but he's more or less, paraphrasing that, the visual difference is getting harder. That line is becoming blurred in our generations. And I think we all know that, because even if you look at the 360 and the PS3 to now, there's obvious differences, but they're starting to get less. They're more gradual now than they used to be. Like in the past, like the 16 to 32-bit era, and then the 32-bit to like the 64 and up to like Dreamcast. Like those are massive jumps where the graphics like literally were like holy shit. Now we're really closing it out.
Yeah, that too, because we had if we didn't have the Pro and the X, he would be excited.
Yeah.
Essentially, this is the first gen with the actual mid-gen upgrade. So if we would have just had an Xbox One Slim and a PS4 Slim, they would be out of their minds right now. The conversation would be completely different.
Our good buddy Salty in the chat, he brought this up actually on the podcast that I was in with him about a week or two ago there, and that's what he said. He said, part of the problem with this generation was the fact we had that mid-gen upgrade. So seeing the new consoles doesn't seem quite as impressive because the whole 4K 60 frames. There are games out there now that do 4K 60, and they're very impressive. So because we had that mid-generation gap in there, it kind of negates some of the advantages we're going to see right now. He had a great point on that, and I agree. Like, I think if the X and the Pro didn't exist, I think the jump from, say, the fat Xbox
my goodness.
Up to like the Xbox Series X, you'd be like, holy freaking hell, right? Absolutely. Yeah. HDR has been huge. Games that implement it properly is huge, I will say. Not every game. Some games have HDR and it actually makes them look worse.
Right? Yeah. Like, what happened to this? Like, why is this so bright that I can't change? Even on the lowest, brightest settings, it's like, why is it so damn bright? It
fucks up some games and it makes others look spectacular. It's just insane. Like HDR in Sea of Thieves, HDR in the Assassin's Creed games looks fucking nuts. Yeah.
It's craziness. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy when you get the settings done right.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, totally. So like, it's not a big topic there, guys. We're gonna move on to the next one here. So I guess, just to finish it off. So, do the new consoles excite you or not excite you? Either or, Primal. Did you make your clitty tingle at all?
Like I said, I'm more focused on the games. I need to see other stuff that I haven't been seeing the past few years. Like I just need to see something new, and then I'll be excited. It's not really not something necessarily I need to have day one.
Right.
That's how I'm looking at it.
You want to see that ultra realistic edition of Moxie? Is it from Borderlands?
Oh my god, yeah. It has to type of like VR too. Throw that shit on there where I can touch her. Yeah, I feel all about it.
HR Bombers, like when you install Pornhub, that will all excite me. Yeah, no doubt, Pornhub and VR and all that shit. Juno, how about you, man?
I mean, like I said, I'm juiced, but I'm juiced but broke. So won't be getting one day.
I know that. I'm in the same.
But that all access, maybe I'll trade in, or if GameStop hopefully still around by then, trade in the One X, get whatever towards that, and get $25 a month. So
my One X is going nowhere. It's the Gears 5 console. That fucking thing is with me for life until it breaks. I can't part with that, man. No,
I remember the day. Did have that limited edition OG Halo Green giant Xbox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed.
Right. Oh, the Halo Xbox, right? That's what I'm waiting on too, to see what their limited edition Halo Xbox. I might have to day one if they make that limited edition Halo Infinite one, which obviously they have to, right? Come on now.
Mm-hmm. So while we're waiting on the games with gold, well, we know the games with gold for Xbox are going to be for June. We don't exactly know all of the games for PlayStation yet. We did get a surprise announcement that COD World War II is one of your first PlayStation games plus of the month, and I do believe you can play it early. I think some people have already got it downloaded, if I am correct. So we don't want to know what the other game is of yet, but I'm sure in the next couple of days we will find out from PlayStation itself. And for games with gold this month, guys, again, and it's all opinion. One man's trash is another man's treasure. But the games with gold for this month on Xbox, if you haven't heard already, is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. We got some weird game I never heard of called Coffee Talk. We got a good one here. It's an oldie but a goodie. Destroy All Humans from the original Xbox, and then a 360 shooter that I heard is actually pretty damn good is Sine Mora. I hope I pronounced that right. That's your games for June. So already, as far as I'm concerned, PlayStation has this one knocked out of the park again. Because Call of Duty, as far as I'm concerned, trumps all of those games. But then again, probably everybody and their dog owns Call of Duty, whereas the other games on Xbox, they probably don't. Let's weigh in on this, and we'll start with you, Primal. What do you feel about Call of Duty for PlayStation Plus and the Xbox offerings?
Call of Duty's Call of Duty. But I will say that I was extremely and thoroughly impressed with the Modern Warfare campaign, the most recent Modern Warfare. I get so confused with that shit. That campaign was awesome. I did play the remaster of Modern Warfare 2, which it looks very good, but I think in my mind it looks like what I thought it looked like back when it originally came out, so I'd be really afraid to see what it looked like then. As far as games to gold, I've been saying this shit forever, ever since they ran out of Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah,
it's kind of gone downhill, and plus it's almost like they're competing with themselves with Game Pass. It doesn't really make sense that they're downplaying the games with gold while doing all these great games in Game Pass. I think it would be better for them to actually throw out some decent games for games with gold, because then it's going to entice somebody to really get that ultimate Game Pass. It's just, I don't know what their whole marketing thing is. It's just kind of stupid, just a little bit. I am thankful for the free games. Destroy All Humans, I played like 20 years ago, or however long that was. Coffee Talk, I'll probably just look into that, and then the Sine Mora, I'll play that. I like the little side scroller shits, but it's just like nothing. I'm like, ooh, wow, like I scored. I don't feel like that.
Yeah. See you later, Jago. Have a good night, man. Much love, bro. Catch you on the next one. Who else is here in the chat that we missed so far tonight? I think we got 24 awesome peeps in the chat watching right now. Cray Simmons is hanging out. UK Daz is still here, getting late in his neck of the woods, but I'm glad he's still hanging in there with us. Crispy Bomb, hey, a PlayStation Now gave the D some might care day and date exclusives. They got a Peter, not a wiener. Not quite sure what he's getting at here, but he's trying to say they need some day and date exclusives, I guess. It's your mama, whoop whoop. Crazy here, let's go. All right, Juno, how about you, man? Obviously, not having the PlayStation, Call of Duty's kind of irrelevant to you, but I'm sure you probably have it on the Xbox anyway. So, do you? Are you even a Call of Duty guy?
Yeah, I play the new Call of Duty, and I made this point to actually somebody in the chat earlier on Twitter. They were comparing the two. Essentially, I said, who's going to put down the new Call of Duty to play the old Call of Duty, not a remaster or anything like that. And the games of gold, I agree with y'all. It sucks. I mean, some of the games, obviously, most of us never heard of, but it's one of those, hey, they're free. Why not try them? And with Game Pass, like Prime said, it's included. Games of gold is included in Game Pass. So technically, you get both, so it's kind of you technically get. I'm more looking forward to No Man's Sky than the games with gold because it's in Game Pass. So
it is almost irrelevant. It's almost embarrassing at this point. Why they even do games with gold anymore? They could literally just stop it. And I don't know if anybody would complain or miss it.
They can't do that. They would cause a hissy fit because you're canceling games.
Well, yeah, there would be a portion of the population would complain. I think the other side too, like the biggest reason games with gold exists, and this is the one very few times where Microsoft took a page of the Sony's book. That's part of the reason it existed, because back in the day when PlayStation Plus came out, PlayStation Plus, you got to remember, went from being like PlayStation Online went from being free on PS3 to being a paid service on PS4. That was one of the only ways they knew they were going to entice people to upgrade to a paid system without as much complaints, was to give people some freebies, and then people wouldn't be kind of dogging them so much, right? It was kind of like, how do you entice a free community onto our service? Well, there you go. You give them some free gifts. They come over. Yeah, we got to pay a monthly fee, but now we got some free games, right? So Microsoft was taking heat because they weren't doing anything. And they said, fuck it, we're going to have to toss in some games as well. And the reverse order, PlayStation started getting rid of some of the games. Now they only do 2, whereas they were doing like 4 before, because you used to do a couple PS4s, couple PS3, and a Vita. Now it's just PS4 stuff, and Xbox is giving away the 4 games, and a little bit of each and or, right? So, like for me, man, I'm not impressed with the offerings this month. Like nothing's really terrible. Again, they're just games. If you haven't got them, if you haven't, like me, I don't think I have either one of those games. Yeah, a couple of them I probably won't play. The what's that, the Destroy All Humans, like that one, because I never really played, I never beat or played I did play the original, but it's years ago, and I never beat it. I know they got a remaster one coming out pretty soon, so kind of nice, and I think that's why they put it there, is to kind of get people enticed about, get this game, and maybe you'll want to buy the new one, right? So, pretty smart that way, right? Xbox 448 is in the chat. What's going on, brother? You had a great show with us last week, dude. Thanks for being here. But it is what it is. Like I said, one man's trash, another man's treasure. PlayStation Plus is generally, I think, for the past year, 7 out of 10 times has probably had a better lineup, in my opinion. As a multi-console owner, I can tell you I've been more excited about their offerings. But Juno's a great point. World War II, it's a great game, but who's gonna put the new one down to kind of go back to playing that? So unless you got it and you're interested in the campaign, Darfishus, what's up, dude? Any more thoughts on the games with gold? We don't know. I said what the other PlayStation Plus game is going to be.
Rumored to be Spider-Man, but we'll see.
Here's a better question: with the games with gold, anyone on this panel or even in the chat, has anybody actually played any of the games when you download them? Does anybody actually play most? And that's another question, because I see people will download them, but then they just go in this backlog pile. Nobody plays them. Like I actually have been playing a couple of them, because I've been playing that Call of Cthulhu game that I got like a month or so ago when it was on Xbox Live, or 2 months ago, and it's actually not a bad game. But outside of that, most people just never really play them anyway.
The last month I played when they had Dead Space on there. I downloaded Dead Space and so like Xbox games will go, like I said, it'll be, since they do 4, it's usually they might put one actual good one like everybody knows in there. And it's like, oh, that's the one you'll play, but you download all 4 of them.
Right. Cyber Gunner's just like, no. Craig Simmons is like, no. Axel's like, I play them. Video Axel, keep that game to gold alive, brother. Guys, it is what it is. We're not here to rag on it, because free games are free games. And people say, well, they're not free, you pay for them. Well, technically, you always paid for Xbox Live, so they are free. Because how long we've been paying for Xbox Live before we got anything?
Literally.
Right?
If
you don't have to buy them out of your pocket, because you still have to pay for the service, it is free.
And you have to buy a wireless adapter for your Xbox?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how long.
Yeah, they have good games there eventually, but we all know the biggest reason why games with gold's kind of been going downhill is because they don't want to put, legitimate big titles on there, because it's going to take away from driving the service to games to the Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
If you haven't bought Game Pass yet, why would you want to buy Game Pass if you knew every month Xbox gives us like a big AAA banger, right?
Right.
That now. So that AAA banger thing?
Yes, so over. Like I just want to throw drop every person that says.
Oh my God! Thank you, Prime. I already know it's right.
That's two words that are definitely overused in this community is bangers and the word trash.
Trash, yes.
Trash. Like haven't even played the game and it's trash. It's fucking trash.
Never played the game ever in my life, right? Never.
Yeah, it's fucking trash, but you never played it. Don't care to play it. So how is it trash if you don't play it? You know what I mean? Play it. And if you don't like it and you want to call it trash, that's your prerogative. But even still, there's
In
better
my
words to
in
go
my
than that.
opinion, it is trash. In others, it is recycling. Come on now,
Hey, Craig's got it figured out. I spend my wife's money. I don't work, he said. Nice, brother. Nice. Craig's a good dude. He's a funny guy. Matt Burns, what's up? Hey, better late than never, brother. You ain't too late for nothing. Promise they're here. That means your tits are out, and we're real about. So let's go.
Shit, yeah. My fucking. I'm a mess right now with my tits, that's for sure.
You braless right now? Are those dangling or?
Well, yeah, that's the first thing I do whenever I get home. Fucking bras off.
Why bras
pants
even
off.
exist? is
bras
beyond me, man.
aren't coming back since the pandemic. All right, all the ladies in the house braless. They're like,
Shit.
fuck these.
Well, yeah, they
It's not
come in
a-
handy as a mask if you forgot one at home, right? You just double them up and tie them on.
Man,
Oh my god, can you? Oh, I couldn't do that. Fuck.
Primal's like, if I put mine on my face, I'm gonna look like I'm wearing a sideways sombrero.
No, I actually had this conversation at work. Like, there's no way that would work. I would be completely suffocated. I have to have like little eye slits and shit to see through it.
no, you could like tie it at an angle, like a scarf around, like just with the strap.
Well, I could wear my underwear as a mask, but I'd probably rather have COVID.
Ah, shit.
Fuck.
I'd rather have COVID.
Yeah, you better turn that around, Noof, or you're gonna be smelling that shit stain all day long. The humid titties. Yes. What's going on, failed proud romancer? Welcome to the show, brother. Glad you could be here. Alrighty, where were we at? Let's get back to some topics. We were talking about games of gold.
Distracted by titties. A great day.
Oh, I'm telling you, the titties always distract us, man.
Man.
Easily distracted. All right, let's well, we're going to talk about this one, and we're going to get the Primal's question tonight. So Indiana Jones 5, you guys haven't heard. Obviously, there is another Indiana Jones. People are like, fucking dude's still alive. Like, you're still going to make a movie? So yes, there's another one coming. It's actually been like delayed numerous times. It technically should have been out already, but they do have a director now. James Mangold is confirmed to direct the movie. Yes, Harrison Ford will be reprising his role once again. James Mangold, obviously, he's got a pretty good reputation behind him for doing some pretty good movies. I'm trying to think of the one that he did last was a kind of a big one. I think they announced, put it in the article here. He did Logan, which was a fantastic movie. You guys have probably seen Logan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, I mean, fuck,
Indiana Jones
right now because there's so many movies that have been canceled, like because of the COVID stuff, right? So, is anybody even excited about an Indiana Jones 5? Did you like the series at all? And if so, what was your favorite? And I'm going to go with the guest on this one. Juno, how about you, man?
Indiana Jones and the Last Nursing Home.
It's not the Holy Grail anymore. It's the Holy Grail, right?
He obviously did not take a sip of that shit when he found it in the last movie. I mean, it's Indiana Jones. It's like, it's Indiana Jones. It's like, it's the action movie, but action movies have like turned up now because we see superhero action movies. So it's like, it's Indiana Jones. What type of level of special effects we're talking? That word we just hated, right? Is it a AAA banger or is it or an indie studio, right? Like, what is going, like the level of special effects? Because it's just Harrison Ford riding around in a cart in the desert again.
Yeah. Xbox, Harrison Ford's going to show up with his walker.
Yeah.
So like have you seen the previous 4 movies?
Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Okay, so what was your favorite? What was your favorite, or did you not like them at all? Most people like them that I know of. I don't know if I've ever found
really pick a favorite, but I would say, I mean, they're all cool. It's just, I mean, it was Indiana Jones. It was, when you play video games, Indiana Jones doesn't have that same hype level. I'm used to Lara Croft, hey, Tomb Raider. Right.
Well, I think Indiana Jones was the spiritual inspiration for that character.
Exactly. Yeah. So she took over, and hey, let's bring Tomb Raider back. Let's see, come on.
The one with the Indian kid. Was there one with an Indian kid?
Oh, that Tomb Raider.
The little Chinese guy. What was his name? Short Round or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah, fucking little kid.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Bring the guy back.
Oh, shit.
I mean, they took Mushu out of Mulan. Like, come on now. Like, what the hell's going on with these movies?
How about you, Primal? Any excitement at all for another Indiana Jones? I mean, are you surprised that Harrison Ford's still going to reprise his role?
yes and no, but you see all these like big bad OG action stars coming back, making their
Right?
movies all over again, and that's cool. But like I grew up watching in Indiana Jones as one of my dad's favorite movie series, and like I was kind of forced to watch it until I liked it. And now I'm older, I kind of appreciate it. There were some really fantastic scenes in those movies, like with him in the snake pit,
Mm.
the dude fucking getting his head chopped off with the helicopter
Yeah.
fucking things, and just
Yeah.
like
Yeah. When,
I can't even think about it. But no, I love them. My favorite one is gonna have to be fuck.
Right, the name, right?
Raiders. It has to be the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was just really
yes.
cool. The end of it was awesome. Don't look into the light, and then it
Mhm.
kicks off with that iconic warehouse scene.
Mhm.
Be like,
Yeah.
shit's still gonna go down. It was just like the whole everything in there. Wait, was that the one with the little kid?
No, he wasn't in that one.
I think that was
That
Kingdom
was
of Lost Skull, wasn't it?
Which one was the one with the monkey?
uh,
Do you remember the monkey? And then
that was the second one. That was the monkey and
Last
and the
Crusade.
short round. That was the and the Temple of Doom.
Well,
There you
Doom,
go.
that's
There
the
you go.
one.
There
Okay,
you go.
okay.
That was the second one. Then the
They're
third one
so
was the Last Crusade. So that one had Sean Connery in it.
Yeah.
yes.
And the fourth one's the one that had the abomination of fucking Shia LaBeouf in there.
Yeah, I didn't even bother. I didn't even see that shit. If I did, I probably fell asleep. I just sometimes I like to have the classics like leave me
Left alone.
Yeah, like but let them be, because I love showing my daughter, some of like the older movies and stuff like that. Well, older now, which is kind of crazy. Like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I'm working on right now with her and stuff. It's like, can you imagine if they ever remade that?
Remake the game.
There's some things you just gotta leave alone. And kudos to you too, for fucking Harrison Ford. I almost called him Han Solo. Kudos to him for keeping it going. But sometimes you gotta let things die. Not you, but just like
Right. Yeah, sometimes you gotta know when to leave well enough alone, right? Alex, let's give a shout out to the chat because we got some new people in here. Dr. Dinglenut is in the house. One of the best names in the chat tonight, Dr. Dinglenut. We got Alex Bash is here with the Jay Slayer. Jay, welcome to the show, brother. Tip Top Dalton is in the house. We got the Blue one. What's going on, Blue? Yeah, man, good stuff. As far as me, guys, I love the Indiana Jones movies. I think they have a very special place in movie cinema. Steven Spielberg, obviously, he makes some fantastic stuff. Steven Spielberg and George Lucas spearheaded the original Indiana Jones movies, right? So, I love the original. I'm with Primal. I think the first one, there was just a special magic with the first one. They were all pretty good. The worst one was obviously the last one because, and it's not so much that Harrison Ford's gotten old. We've seen some actors carry off parts well into their 60s and 70s. Even Sylvester Stallone pulled off a heck of a good Rambo movie with his last one. Even though the problem with the last two Rambos, while they were good movies, they almost didn't feel like Rambo anymore because they were starting to get, obviously his physicality and stuff doesn't lend to the way the early movies did, right? I think Harrison Ford's much the same. We obviously know now that the older he gets, the less and less of the stunts and the action scenes he'll be a part of. He's on the screen and then it's CGI or stunt guys and stuff like that. But I'm still excited for a new one, but I think at the same time it's time to end it. Harrison Ford, he is kind of old as dirt now, and at least his character is not like it's an action star, but it's not an action star. Like it's not like Jackie Chan is like a karate guy. Like as you get older, like doing major karate stuff gets a lot tougher, right? So Harrison Ford, and it's not like Indiana Jones did a whole lot of like jumping across canyons and crazy stuff. So Dr. Dingleman loved The Last Crusade. I thought the first two were really good. The second one was, the first one was awesome. I think the third one was great. Fourth one, like I said, the biggest thing I didn't like with the fourth, not even so much Shia LaBeouf, it's just the fact that they tried to overtop the movie so much, and they had some really tacky special effects and parts. When he started swinging like Tarzan on the vines, I was like, okay,
what the hell?
That fucking lost me then, right? Jackie Chan is pretty awesome, man, but dude needs to retire before he kills himself. Unbelievable. So anyway, this got to be the last Indiana Jones because by the time it comes out, who knows? He might be passed away. Fuck the way it's going.
Yeah,
all the cool people are dying. All the cool people are dying this year.
Yeah, that's true. Lots of cool people dying this year. It seems like yeah. Well, as I said, they all got tired of COVID and said, "Fuck it."
COVID and an orange guy. They're like, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. So yeah, I like the guy that started in Taken. You're talking about Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
I'm kind of over him.
Yeah.
I feel like all of his movies have like ever since Taken came out. Now every single movie he does is almost the same exact thing, just a different title. So I'm kind of like I'm a little over
the style he does.
Yeah,
you got to switch it up. Got to get this bell with it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So anyway, that was just an easy, quick go. Let's get into Primal's question of the night, so we don't have to keep her too long. So Primal, drop your question, girl.
Yes. Now, what is the most disappointing thing that has happened to you or that you've seen lately? I could say of all time, but then I'd be here fucking all night.
Okay. Well, let's let our guest start off with this one, and we'd love to hear from the chat as well.
I mean, in what context are we talking?
Any.
There's a bunch of shit that just popped off. Like 24 hours. So, I mean,
Phil Power Man comes in
there's like that. I mean, obviously disappointed my fellow black man getting killed by the police yet again.
Oh no, yeah,
he's on the neck. Cap can't get a job for kneeling, but you get fired, but don't get arrested for killing somebody.
Yeah, and since when was that a maneuver to hold a guy down? Is putting your knee on his neck?
Three of them. If you saw another angle from another video, it's actually 3 cops holding them down with the knee on the neck. So it takes 3 people and Mr. Hands in his pockets like he just fucking eating a fucking donut and shit, all cheery in the video. Cop, it's crazy. Hey,
it's disgusting, man. It's fucking disgusting. It's what it is.
Crazy. Being black's never been safe, but damn, we can't. You can't even go outside now. Now we literally can't go outside. So
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
They're the guys with the badge and the gun. Yeah, they act like they're fucking terrified, and it's fucking stupid.
Hey, I got put over going to a job interview with a tie on, walking down a main street. Said I look like somebody that broke into houses. Who changes in the dress clothes and puts on dress shoes and walks down the main street? I just broke into a house. Yeah, like they're literally going. I would say that was something disappointing. There you go. That recently happened to me. I'm going to a job interview. I'm walking down the main street, and the cops literally on the opposite side. You hear whoop. Being black, you just naturally look around. It's a reaction. So you just look around. You whoop, sir, on the sidewalk. I'm looking else. Who the fuck else is on the sidewalk? Like I know I'm the only one there. Pointing myself. Me? They're like, yeah, you stop. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did I do? I'm trying to think. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I was walking. I'm on an interview, got my resume in my hand. You know why we pulled you over? Hell no, I'm walking. What the fuck? What rule did I break on the sidewalk?
Yeah, my shoes too big or what?
You fit the description of somebody. The person's 5'6", I'm 6'5", and wearing a hoodie and breaking into houses. And I'm like, so I broke into these houses, grew a foot, changed clothes, and just walked down the one main street in this neighborhood. And was like, the police ain't gonna catch me. I'm the only black guy around here. They're never gonna catch me. Like, officer, you don't get the fuck away from me. And then here it goes over the radio. We found the suspect. He's over here. Oh, we're sorry, sir. Yeah. The people breaking into houses with ties on and badges with their names on it. So full name. Even my middle name was on the damn badge for the interview. So full name and badge. That's how we commit robberies now. You got to give them your full identification. They'll never catch you.
Fuck, I don't know, man.
It's crazy, bro. It is crazy. But
yeah.
Good thing I live in California. That might have ended up differently if I lived in a different state. So,
things ain't perfect up here in the Great White North of Canada, but I will say it's a far cry. In most cases, better than what seems to happen in the United States. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so different.
Healthcare down here.
Yes, please.
Y'all got that as a right. It's kind of we pay to blow shit up, but we can't pay to live. Like, come on now.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Primal, how about yourself?
I can't top that.
You're gonna top that one.
Well, no. Like besides, well, first of all, I want to rewind. You're 6'5".
Yeah, I'm 6'5".
Holy fuck! I'm like, I'll be up to your knees if I ever met you. Holy shit. You're a tall dude.
Right where you need you.
Besides people being extremely disappointing, like I hate social media. I fucking hate social media, especially with everybody being home, and then this is all that they can do. It's so disappointing. But I want to go back to when we had restaurants and shit. The most disappointing thing to me so far this year wasn't a game. It wasn't a movie. It was these dollar fucking tacos that Burger King was trying to sell.
Nastiness.
And I will never forget. My daughter and I were on our way from shopping, and I'm passing by. I'm like, let's do it. You know, I'll get 4, 2 for each of us. They're probably really good. And I'm driving. I'm like, hey, can you pass me a taco? And she it's like this limp fucking shell of a shell with some mystery meat and like half a shred of lettuce, like if that's possible. I'm like, that is not what they did in the picture whatsoever. I thought I was going to get some Taco Bell service. Probably the most disgusting taco I've ever eaten. And I've had quite a few tacos.
Yeah, there you go. It's a good one. So she's been pretty disappointed. Yeah, I do have one that's probably going to beat Juno's. Can everybody in the chat can fucking agree that already 2020 has been the most goddamn depressive year in history?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What else do we need? Because everything that we know and love has been somehow altered, fucked up, delayed, fucking canceled, blah, blah, blah. Like this whole fucking year can kiss a dick and fucking fuck off.
This was the golden year. It was 420, 420, goddammit.
Also, like I've been seeing this joke going around. Apparently when I asked you where did you see yourself in 5 years, nobody got the fucking answer right. Like back in 2015, because who would have thought, right? Like, no, aliens don't even want to come here, brother. Like, they fucking tired of this planet now. They're like, right? Yeah, they're fucking
shit. Yeah, they
here. Yeah, we're like pyromancers. Yeah, we're only fucking 5-6 months into this fucking year. Like, what's the next half gonna bring? Like,
I know,
holy shit,
we still have so much more to endure. It's not even.
I saw an article. Apparently, there's these fucking giant locust-looking bugs that are supposed to come awake.
We got
murder hornets. Now there's this big locust.
Like fuck.
There's these big locusts that apparently they're waking up after 17 years. They come out like after so long, and then fuck they make noise and shit.
Bring on the megalodons too. Like here we go.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
And they release all the UFO videos now.
Yeah.
Now fucking aliens.
No. The fact that the James Bond movie was delayed, that's one of my big disappointments. Another disappointment was that fucking Animal Crossing game that was hugely fucking boring and disappointing. Watched a movie with a good actor in it, but that was fucking disappointing that night. If you guys seen it, but it's got Terry Crews. I love Terry Crews. Guy's a fun motherfucker. But he was in one called John Henry, and it looked fucking good. Had a wicked, him on the fucking cover with his big hammer and shit. And I was like, I gotta check this movie out. I've been wanting to see it. Watched the movie. Oh boy, that was bad. That was a disappointing movie. Very disappointing. Ludacris was in it, and he had a fucked up jaw. He had some kind of metal thing in his jaw, and it was really weird.
I think we could have did it.
What was that?
They had the budget we had to make that movie.
Pretty sure. I think they did it on about $500. Terry must have did that one as a favor for pro bono or something.
Some charity work, right?
Hey man, we need a big recognizable name for this film. Man, I'll do it.
My braces look cooler than that middle thing on Ludacris's face.
Yeah, I tell you, but it should have been a cool movie. Like I thought it could be. Like it kind of started out with a promise, and you're like, okay, all right, I'm driving, and it was like, when's anything going to get going in this movie? Oh man, fuck. Yeah, man, this whole fucking year so far has been one absolute fucking disappointment. So, goddamn. Well, I will leave it at that. All righty. DJ Birdo is in the house. He said that movie was awful. He didn't even finish it. Oh man. All right, let's get back into some of the topics because we still got a few more to go. Primal, hang in as long as you can, but anytime you got to bugger out, it's all good.
I'm still here.
Next one's just about knockoff consoles because I've been looking at some of these lately. Obviously, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini that was kind of delayed. I see Boomstick pick one up today. You got one off Amazon. I could probably pick one up off Amazon up here in Canada, but they're selling for like $300. And no way I'm paying $300 for a retro console. I don't give a fuck. No. So, like, have you guys ever bought like any product that's been sort of like one of those knockoff products and either been satisfied or just completely disappointed? And I'll start with you on this one, Junos. How about you, man? And it doesn't even have to be video games. Maybe just something you picked up.
As a kid, we were Payless shoppers. So I did have the Air Jordan that dunked upside down.
Oh, really? I didn't even know they existed, but that's funny.
That about that is off-brand as close to consoles as I got.
Okay.
I can't think of. Damn, maybe phones back in the day. Like you know how when everybody had those knockoff. You guys are probably old enough to remember Sidekicks, the best texting phone ever.
Yeah.
Right. You can text with your eyes closed on a Sidekick, and they had that. T-Mobile had some like off-brand Sidekick. We didn't have the Sidekick slide. We had the Sidekick slide. It didn't actually kick. You actually slid it up. So literally, the thing is called Sidekick.
I had one of those. Yeah. I had I bought the fucking Razor, the Razor flip phone. It was the coolest phone back in the day.
Oh my god!
Music.
All right, LimeWire, right? All the food for billions of dollars.
Yes.
Or illegally downloaded music on LimeWire. May you rest in peace.
Napster. Yeah. That brings me back to Napster days.
Oh my lord! All those, there was so many of those MP3 sites back in the day.
Man,
Metallica ruined it all for us.
Damn, you lost.
Well, because I'm as I'm trying to search for things like the TurboGrafx Mini, different things, and I was in a store the other day, and they had a bunch of there was like a few of these knockoff consoles, and I'm looking at one that looks like, I think it's called the X Game. It looks like an Xbox One, but it has like a PlayStation controller. And then there's another one there that actually looked like a PS4 Pro, a little small black 3-leveled console. It kind of looked like a weird looking PS4 Pro, and that had a bunch of games on it. I know some of these people buy them, and some people like them, and some people can't stand them. I bought one there just before last Christmas, a little looked like a Game Boy with 4 buttons on. I think it was called something Boy. I forget what the fucking name is, and it had some Data East games on it and shit like that, and it was okay. The screen clarity's not pretty good, and it does pretty good on the battery life, but the game itself are pretty disappointing, and there was no save files in there. Like you couldn't save your games basically. So it was just like the old days. Like unless you had a code for the certain game, that not like the new ones now. When you buy these new mini consoles, they have the kind of save anywhere, which is really good. So there's been a lot of disappointing shit, man. Let me tell you, like like a lot of knockoff stuff out there, a lot of ripoffs. That's funny though, the sneakers. Like I don't know how many times there were also. I remember back in the 80s when Cabbage Patch dolls were popular. There was a knockoff Cabbage Patch doll, and I forget the name of it, but they looked pretty authentic. But apparently they were highly flammable, and they got banned real quick because a lot of them were catching fire.
Oh yeah. Wait, you used to randomly sell. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Cutco or Henkel's, like high-end cutlery knives. They're an off-brand version of our knives. Essentially, Cutco was like, imagine I'm trying to think of there you go, Samsung in Hawaii. How essentially Hawaii phones are knockoff Samsung phones. Yeah. And their knives they made them look exactly like ours, but they would paint the whole handle because the actual steel went through the whole handle on ours, and it stopped at the hilt of theirs, and that's why they're always broke. So that was.
Yeah, I remember back in the day too when Airwalk sneakers were all the rage, and now you find Airwalks in like the discount stores. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck is this brand name for like the homeless guy or what?
Oh my god! Or shoes. I never got how people paid for $500 for shoes in the first place, so I never got real shoes. I was like, these are shoes. You're supposed to play in them. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, what's going on? Mr. Kima's in the chat. We got ACS Husk here as well. What's going on, brother? Thanks for being here. UK Dad still hanging out with us. Matt Burns. He went to England when the Cabbage Patch Kids blew up in the States. Weren't popular there, so my mom bought a bunch for the family. They were kind of creepy looking things. So they haven't made like some Cabbage Patch horror movie yet.
Nightmares. Right. Well, they had the doll or whatever the hell that was, right? Chucky. And
oh, yeah.
Chucky dolls. Cabbage Patches, and I had that fucking glowworm shit, too.
Oh yeah, with the big head and the big fucking glow head. And
the green body. Yeah, I had one of those.
Oh, that's creepy.
But it's funny, right? Because like every console, it's just like every popular toy, even like I said, even down to clothes, somebody's making a knockoff, and you see all these knockoffs of their Transformers. You know, they might as well be called transvestites. You know what I mean? More than meets the eye.
Man, I got a comedy story. I got a comedy story for that. But yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I want to hear this comedy.
Working in the city, I wouldn't say knockoff. All right, it's I used to work in the city, aka San Francisco. For those who aren't familiar, and essentially I worked in Tweak City, aka the drug part of the city, and a halfway house meets a hotel meets the apartment complex. And I used to catch Lyft ride. Essentially, it's like a carpool. If y'all know what Lyft are, hopefully. But essentially, I hop in the car, I'm in the back, and the driver's driving. and the passenger, she's talking about how she cheated on her boyfriend and all this. And me and the driver are looking at each other through the rear view like, this lady is crazy as hell. Why the fuck is she telling us she cheated on her man and all this? And she's like, he doesn't even care that I'm trans. And you know how you're supposed to say, and you know how you say huh in your head? But I said huh out loud by accident. Like, huh? And she was like, yeah, you guys can't tell. I was like, hell no, we can't. She said she spent $80,000 over 5 years through her transition. When I say she literally looked like a fusion of like Jessica Alba meet Vita Guerrera. It was just crazy. And I was like, you need to teach a class because, you know, it's like, do what you do. It's your body. Hey, more power to you. But you can't go cheap on things like that. You can't go to your friend to get your transition surgery. Like, you got to save up. Like, you know, that's like, it's supposed to be the rest of your life. And she was actually famous in the city, but like I don't go to clubs and stuff like that. But she was actually famous in the city. She was actually like a local celebrity that we had no idea who she was. Me and that Lyft driver. So it probably would have been on some episode of some YouTube channel, like riding with celebrities and Lyft, if we'd have known who she was.
Shit, damn, that's a good story. Woo! All right, boys. All right, let's move it right along here. Probably still doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep checking, making sure people are alive. You never know.
All right. Well, The Last of Us 2 State of Play is set for tomorrow. I know it's one of the most anticipated games of the year. A lot of fans out there of this franchise. People are chomping at the bit. Comes out June, I do believe, June 16th, and I think Ghost of Tsushima comes out July 17th. So two massive PlayStation games coming up. So The Last of Us 2. Some more footage on that tomorrow. I'm excited about it. Anybody else here excited about it? Are you expecting to buy the game? You know, what do you hope that you see in this game? If you are, I mean, like I said, if you haven't played the original or whatever, you can take a pass on it. That's cool. I'll start with you, Primal, on this one. First one, did you played the first one, right?
Or no. I watched my ex play it and I couldn't play it. I couldn't play it because it was his PlayStation. Okay. I was in a horrible relationship. So, no, I did get to watch some of it, but I don't. Honestly, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. So, for me to be interested in the second one, it's not on my radar right now. Maybe if I played the first one, though, things could change.
Cool. Jared Tapman, what's happening? Thanks for checking out the podcast. I think you're a first timer here, but if not, or if you are, welcome. Appreciate it. Glad. Okay, well, we'll head over to you and then we'll come back. How about yourself, man?
Oh yeah, that would actually be my little brother. Exactly, Mr. PlayStation gamer. I'm telling you, like you said earlier, I try to get him on to the right side, but his hands are smaller.
That's okay, Jared. Some gamers do turn to the dark side.
It's like, come on now. You are on Fusion Frenzy. Come on now. You can't turn Fusion Frenzy. The Last of Us. I played the first one actually at my ex roommate. He had a PlayStation. I played it. I mean, it was cool. Like, it was one of those games. Like, damn, come on, Xbox. We could use something like this. But I mean, obviously, don't have a PlayStation to play the next one, and I'm not going to San Diego to my brother's house to go play the shit. So, yeah, I mean, hey, it's cool for them. Hey, hopefully they see some. Maybe they play it on a PS5. Hopefully, right? So maybe they see some next gen features on it.
Well, I mean, I have played the first one. I've beaten it several times. It's an amazing game. And the thing that the game does well, there's a couple things the original could have got done better. I think the mechanics of the shooting and stuff could have been a little bit more fluid. There's a few little minor gripes like that, but I mean, the world was fully realized. The characters were amazing, great story, and some very intense moments along the way. So there's no doubt about it. The Naughty Dog does some great story, some great narrative, and I'm expecting nothing but another stellar performance here. I've definitely, watching the videos, the graphics have definitely upgraded from where they were before. I mean, obviously, because the first one was made on PS3 hardware. This one's obviously made largely on PS4 hardware. So I'm excited to see the visual upgrade. Ellie's gotten a little bit older. Looks like she's in a different place. She was a naive young girl in the first one that was kind of learning her way around things, although pretty capable, as you'll find out if you play the game. Now she looks like she's a bit more grown up, a little bit more of a badass. Has navigated her way around some difficult stuff in the world. But I like I said, I like where they're going with the mechanics now. That the way the stealth is not as forced as it was before. You can still stealth, you can still shoot, but like the enemies are much smarter. They're going to navigate the areas better. Not that that sort of dumb AI you see from a lot of games where they do a little search, they walk about 10 feet, then they go back to standing by the door. Like, hey, there was somebody here a minute ago, but they must mysteriously have disappeared. That sort of thing. So that's good. There was a lot of spoilers out there. I know people were talking about that massively the last couple of weeks. I stayed completely away from it. I did not watch anything. I'm going into this game blind. I'm just excited for it. Can't wait to see the videos tomorrow. Should be awesome. Joe Dunmore, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here. So, yeah, at this point, what else to say? The game is close to coming out. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the multiplayer. The multiplayer was okay in the last game. It sounds like they might be doing something, but it might be an add-on or coming down the road. Regardless, I'm not excited about the multiplayer. I think they just need to do the single player. The single player is what I'm going to buy the game for. And hopefully there's some great choices in there and all that stuff. What's going down, Joe Dunmore? Well, apparently there's nobody going down on me. So,
right, the struggle.
The struggle is real. That's right, man. You get married, and you think your sex life is going to improve, and not necessarily.
It's no better in the single life now with the Rona. So you gotta, you can't go down on anybody.
I get
with
nothing. I lose.
No, that's right.
Hey, sir.
You gotta wear your fucking hazmat suit now when you go into a place, right?
As I call them, you'll be on a drought.
Yeah, you think condom sales will be gone through the roof these days, right?
Oh yeah, right.
People probably just use them on their fingers
They
instead.
just did that new foot fetish thing. The prosthetic. Yeah, they made it like a.
Oh, I saw that. The fucking pussy in the foot.
Yeah, crazy. I can't stand feet. Hell no. Oh my god.
We talked about that.
That was worse
weeks
than the
ago.
Scorn video. That was worse than the Scorn trailer.
Matt Burns married. I haven't seen another human being in a long time. Infinite says my sex life has improved. I just wait for her to fall asleep now. See, we got some great chat people up in here, man. Fucking love it. It's fantastic. Yeah. So any other comments though on the whole Last of Us 2? I mean, like I said, Primal hasn't played the first one so much. So like I'm gathering you're kind of both sort of excited, but not the same level as somebody who's kind of really gravitated around the game. Probably not in the same level as as Halo Infinite kind of excited.
See, okay. I am excited for Halo Infinite. It's Halo. I love Halo. Halo is what made me get into Xbox to begin with. But I am so much more excited for Cyberpunk 2077 because it's a brand new IP. Like I need some I love you, Chief, but it's just like I need something refreshing. I need something new. Stop feeding me the same shit. Not saying that I'm not excited and not saying that I'm not going to play because it definitely will be probably day one. But it's just like my excitement level isn't as high as Cyberpunk, and the same shit happened with Gears as well. I was really excited and really happy for it to come out, and like I enjoyed it, but my excitement level for like Gears 5 versus Gears 3 is completely different. It's just I don't know. I think I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Well, Cyberpunk have titty physics, says Buck Roger. Yeah. What's up, Buck?
You can change all body.
I will spend the first 24 hours creating a character. And I'm not kidding. Like I need everything to be precise.
That'd be a giant cheap character. Dong slider.
I'm one of those people. Don't play RPGs with me.
There's a dong slider. Fucking Juno make a character. It'd be out there like a tripod.
With giant hands. I'll be like that thing. What fucking anime was that? I can't remember the damn name. Exactly.
With the big fucking hand.
Yeah. Exactly. With an X on my back and be like, all right.
I think every game should come with an automatic. What does he call it? The big head mode? Because every game that's ever been in, it's so much funnier when the guys ever got big heads.
Oh my god, yeah. Our mods like GTA, they should just put like. I bet Cyberpunk's gonna have. They should have like cheat codes like GTA, like where you could put in stuff just to fuck around and just have fun.
Yeah,
right.
Totally, yeah, it would be fucking fantastic. Especially after you beat the game, like you get a whole bunch of crazy like fucking modifications and stuff. That'd be really fun. Tip Top Dalton says, "Do you think Halo Infinite is open world?" I would say yes for the most part. At least semi-open world.
Not Assassin's Creed level, but damn close to it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot more free roam, kind of go where you want. Maybe missions off to the side as opposed to just kind of straight and narrow down the pipe. Yeah, the big head mode was classic from the '90s. Man, it was great, especially like a game like NBA Jam when you used to get the big fucking heads.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it was so good. You can still get that now. Was it the what was the latest NBA Jam that came out a few years back? It's really updated graphics. It's really good.
NBA Jam.
I think it was still NBA Jam. It's just a new version, wasn't it?
Can't take us on price.
Yeah, I think it wasn't. It wasn't like a. Fuck! I think
we're all gonna lose on Family Feud. Come on, you're letting us down.
Yeah, I don't know. My fucking knowledge is slipping on me tonight. Fuck. NBA Jam something limited edition or arcade edition or whatever the fuck it was called. It came out on the 360 there. Yeah. Yeah, WWE, the big heads, GoldenEye, the big head modes, NBA Playgrounds, they kind of had big heads, but it wasn't the same. Now, this was an actual NBA Jam. Came out on 360 and PS3. It was one of the arcade titles, and it was upgraded from the old arcade editions because the graphics are a lot better, like far more detailed and stuff.
Polished it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And I'm
Ultimate. That's it. NBA Jam's Ultimate, I do believe.
There you go.
Yeah, Ultimate Edition. Yeah, that was a great game. Yeah. So let's see here. Is anybody a Minecraft fan here? Anybody on the panel and anybody in the chat? 'Cause I think you know where we're going with the next topic.
This is going to be my last topic because this is probably going to exhaust me for when we talk about this conversation. This is the topic I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Primal?
No, you can go. Carry on. Like you didn't.
Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you got to say. It sounds like you got some pent up blocks going on there.
I'm just saying, like.
What?
Well, no, you didn't even bring up a topic yet. Nobody knows.
Oh, well, the topic is Minecraft. Minecraft Dungeons just came out. It's a game I know that was highly anticipated, especially by Minecraft fans and people that are, say, Diablo fans and maybe like Minecraft, but it's highly anticipated. It dropped today. I'm seeing a lot of people that are playing it are loving it, and of course, you got one side of the community already going with the whole, got a 71 Metacritic, fucking trash. So, does it even matter with a game like this? As long as it's fun is the question. Has anybody played it? What do you think of it? I mean, the fact that I think it's like 4-player co-op, it looks like a lot of fun. Maybe I'll try it eventually. If you got Game Pass, it's free with Game Pass, or not so free with Game Pass, but it's on Game Pass, so you don't have to pay extra. It's $20, I think, or $20-something Canadian if you want to buy it straight outright. So let's give you a thought. And I want to start again with you, Primal.
So, first of all, they said it's not supposed to be like Diablo, and it really frustrates me when people are like, Diablo is better, blah, blah, blah. It's a Minecraft game. It's Minecraft still. Right. It's like, it's not trying to be a Diablo. It's a Diablo type top-down.
Yes.
Style, but there's also 100 other games out there. So it really, really frustrates me when they try and compare these two games because they're light years apart. I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting for my co-op buddy to get some time so we can do it, but it really frustrates me. And somebody posted something on Twitter this morning that I was just like, come the fuck on. So, okay, first of all, Metacritic, as you guys may know, I'm not one that goes out and reads reviews and bases off what I'm going to play off those reviews. That's just absolutely asinine. Right. I didn't have all this shit back when I was a kid and I was loving games. And now, since when is 71 a bad score?
Right.
Past high school.
That's a pretty solid. I've watched movies with a lower score than that. It's just
was anybody even expecting this game to come out and be 95 Metacritic?
No, it's a fucking Minecraft game. It's geared towards kids. First of all, if you're an adult, and there's a huge group of adults that like Minecraft, but I would just say, but it is geared towards the Minecraft crowd. If you enjoy Diablo games, if you like Champions, Return to Arms, Baldur's Gate, fucking Sacred, fucking whatever, give it a shot because you might still enjoy it. It's just in a different style. It just frustrates me so much that people just harp on that fucking Metacritic score still, and it kills me. 71 isn't a bad score. 71 is a good game to me. Not everything has to be a fucking AAA banger, 90 plus score, you know. Like, come on, like, just come the fuck on. And what even frustrates me even further is that all these people bitching, I guarantee you 90% of them didn't even play the game. And that's
didn't play it and don't and never have intention to play it.
Exactly. And don't even, they may not even fucking, like, I just, it frustrates me, and just people are just so asinine. This is why I haven't really been on Twitter on much. I'll post my memes every once in a while and stuff, but I just can't stand. I love a lot of you guys in the community. You guys are awesome. I've had a good time. I've had really great conversations, but then you get these other people that's like, what the fuck? You know, it's just like, I don't know. That's what I think. I don't
I hear you
talking about at this point. So yeah,
okay.
I can keep going. And
so it sounds like you're excited and you want to play it. Obviously, you like Minecraft.
No.
You know,
I hate Minecraft, but I like Diablo style games.
Okay,
that's why I'm
gotcha.
trying to. Yeah, don't give me a bad image.
Okay, just wanted to try to clarify that there. Okay, it's not a big Minecraft fan per se, but the Minecraft in the style of game works for you. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, how about you, Junos? How about yourself, man? You know, any excitement for this game at all? Does it even matter what kind of Metacritic score it gets? Are you going to play it?
I mean, the Metacritic score is higher than the price, so
that's a good way to look at it.
It's one of those things. Like, yeah, 70, like, okay, it's average, or it's $20. It's fucking Minecraft. Like, come on, people. If anything, the most exciting part about the game for me was like, oh yeah, it looks cool that it's Minecraft, and what's this going to look like with ray tracing on? Because I would say Minecraft. It's really the thing that got me juiced about next gen. Is like, oh wow, look at the fucking difference. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, that's essentially why I'm interested in the game. I need some damn co-op buddies. So if anybody in the chat or something wants to actually play the damn game, it's one of those games I'm not gonna play by myself.
Yeah.
Right. No,
I'm on this drought already. I play it by myself enough.
Yeah. Well, Minecraft for me was one of the bigger surprises. So the last 10 years of gaming for me, because when it first came out, I didn't really care much for it. I didn't know much about it. I picked it up, and I don't play it very often, but I will admit to every once in a while I do fire it up, and I kind of have a bit of a, one of those dick around games. You just play it for a little bit, you build some shit, destroy some shit, hang out with a buddy, have a little bit of fun. Minecraft is one of those games where it is kind of a game you get out of it what you put into it, because I've seen stuff that people have done online, stuff that some kids have even done with this game. It's bloody impressive. Like, your mind is blown. You're like, holy hell, man! Like, guys, this kid's gonna have a future because he can build like crazy shit in this game. And when you're looking at some of the ages of the kids that are building some of this stuff, you're like, that's pretty impressive when you think about it. Right. All outside the Minecraft is a different thing. It's Minecraft again. It's set in that top-down style, Diablo-esque. Obviously, it doesn't come with the complexities of Diablo. It's obviously tailor-made for a pick-up-and-play experience, a little bit simpler, but it still contains a lot of the Minecraft elements, like the building and different things in there. It's going to be one of the most popular games this year, I have no doubt. It's also multi-plat, as far as I know, and I'm not 100% sure on this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's coming out for PS4 and Switch. I'm not sure if it's out on both yet. I don't know if anybody can correct me on that one, but I do know it's supposed to be multi-plat, correct?
Yeah, the Switch version comes out later, but
right.
PS4, yeah.
And PS4 has it now, or no? Does anybody know?
I haven't seen a PS4 thing for it.
It might be coming slightly after, but as far as I know, it is coming out on both platforms. And why not, right? Because it has such a massive audience. Microsoft would be leaving a massive amount of money off the table by not putting it on those particular platforms, right? They had the original one on there, so it's kind of like, once you've already gone over to the dark side and given them a taste, you might as well keep going, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. It's one of their highest selling games on PlayStation, but it's kind of, as PlayStation is one of those, hey, we're not going to advertise one of our highest selling games of all time, literally because Microsoft owns it, and it's going to have a little X in the corner of the screen.
Oh, totally. Like it's a big moneymaker for them. You can look at it both ways. They could easily pull a game like that off of those platforms and sell a ton more Xboxes, and that's great too. But Microsoft at this point, we already know, doesn't give a rat's fuck if they're selling 100 million Xbox Series X's or they're or what, as long as they're making a ton of money, and they're making a ton more money by having that on multiple platforms, especially platforms that do well in other countries where Xbox cannot succeed. And that's why, because that's millions of like people on the Switch will eat that shit up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. Just like I can't wait for the Switch BioShock collection to come out on Friday. Can't wait.
There you go. Lots of remasters lately, eh? Holy shit. Can't believe it. Like, you just had Saints Row 3, now BioShock, Borderlands.
Right.
Like, man.
I think it was cool at first, but now it's like you get a remaster, and it's kind of like okay.
I like remakes. Remasters I could care less, but I like the remakes when they overhaul the graphics.
Yes, absolutely impressed. I love that. Yeah.
But I think the Switch is in its own little category for quote unquote remakes, because it's like they weren't ever on Nintendo, so it's like
That's true. And I think people that are buying them like the second time, like people that are buying this BioShock or the Borderlands, are primarily also going to be people that are fans of them on the 360 or PS3, and they're going to buy those games because they want to have a portable version they can take anywhere.
Exactly, and they need to come out with it. There you go, another BioShock game. Get it together.
Absolutely. So there you go, guys. So in the chat, anyone planning to play Minecraft Dungeons or buy it, or if you played it already. So give us a 1 in the chat if you're down with it, and 2 if you're not. Just like to kind of see where people are at on that game. And again, Metacritic shouldn't really matter with a title like that. As long as it plays well and it's fun, that is the only thing that really matters. Right?
Exactly. I mean, you enjoy the game, and plus it comes with Game Pass yet again. I mean, Game Pass is killing it.
That's right. Game Pass. So we got Matt Burns with 1, Timothy Dixon with 1, UK Dazzlers, he throws down a big old 2, Infinite says 1, Easy Money up with 2, Buck Roger, Crispy, it's okay because I'm a pony, he says. Jay says 1, Crispy wants a dirtier game than that. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Back from the Dead says 1, so lots of 1, so lots of Minecraft support here. That's good to see. Good shit. Alrighty, well, I think that's it. That kind of covered the gauntlet of topics that we have for tonight, so we won't keep anybody too long. I do want to say that Juno's did a great job on this podcast tonight, and I hope that you guys feel that he did well as well, and I'll write down some notes, and I'll concur with Primal, and again, we still have a few more people coming on in the next couple of weeks. I'll update you on that. And we do want to say that this Saturday night, guys, we're back with another community game night. The games in question for this time around are Grand Theft Auto 5. We've got Red Dead Redemption 2. And the final one in that fray is Star Wars Battlefront 2. And so far, the lead on the vote over on Twitter is with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh my God.
Which would be fantastic. Because
no.
I want to play one of those games online with some friends because I haven't really done that. So.
All right.
Y'all two do. I can't stand it. I downloaded it when it got in the Game Pass, and the map is horrible. And how do I die if I run into a fucking tree? Like,
no, I love the campaign. The campaign is absolutely awesome. The multiplayer is a little fucked up, but it's just like my last memory of that was playing with my friends, and they hog-tied me, and they dragged me around, and they wouldn't let me get back on my horse. Yeah. And that's my last memory of Red Dead. So I don't know.
I still remember the original Red Dead Redemption and tying the nun to the train track, and the train ran her over, and they got an achievement for it. That's hilarious. Well, she was definitely getting none after that.
Ha ha! I got it.
You got
Hey,
it.
Infinite with the 199 super chat. Great show. Juno was great. Hit the like button. Thank you, sir. Dr. Dingle says the last thing I heard was hogtied. I don't know where you went after that. Get your horse and drink Primal's milk. Oh, Dazzy. All right.
Follow that stupid ass man.
There you go.
Oh, that got me. That one got me. Primal's milk.
Crispy is asking when Gears is coming back, dude. We'll try to do it again. I'm just trying to rotate some games right now, some games that haven't been overly played to death, because Gears, Call of Duty, Halo have been the most common games with our community games night. So I'm trying to do, switch up the rotation, and that's why I'm letting people vote on them. So.
I have an idea. Okay.
Download Fusion Frenzy.
Let's go. Take it back.
One that's a lot of fun is that Doritos Crash Course game. That
Well, no,
game's a lot of
not
fun.
even that. I have a fan-fucking-tastic idea, and this is what I used to do when I had too many people on at once and I couldn't play with all of them.
Right.
Same thing in real life. No, does anybody here play cards or poker?
Yeah. Learn how to play poker.
Fucking Prominence Poker is actually a really fun game. I think 505 did them. But
Okay.
I think that would be a really cool idea to get
Poker
everybody
night.
together, bullshit and play some cards. I would
Cool.
be
5-card draw Texas Hold'em. What kind of poker are we talking?
Can't you play? I think you can play poker in Red Dead Redemption too, can't you? With friends, if I'm correct.
I know
I think you could actually go in the saloon and play it. So
yeah, I know from the first one. I don't know about the second one, but I'm just thinking like I hear what you're saying, Noof. Like it's usually like it's going to be like Halo, it's going to be Call of Duty, it's going to be Gears, it's going to be the same three. But it would be nice to kind of get something different. This game is also free, so it's not like anybody can't. Like if someone doesn't have these games, download this one. It's free.
I know. I want Microsoft to make the Full House poker backwards compat. That shit was awesome.
Oh shit, yeah.
Remember that one? Was Full House the one where you used your avatars?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yes.
That was
But in the Prominence Poker, you can make your own character too, which that took me like 20 minutes, and you can have outfits if you're into that.
Your character hides their cards because their tits are always on the table, isn't it?
And no, this wasn't like a gangbang setup when I said poker. I see you guys in chat.
Well, we accidentally played soccer cards on the last community game, and it fucking went over really well. We had an absolute blast. Thanks, Dreadpool, for bringing that up. It was crazy because we played Forza Horizon, but we kept having trouble with the server where, like, we'd have a group of people, but every time we started a game, one or two people would always sort of get kicked and they wouldn't be able to make it in, and we kept trying and it was just a nightmare. So we gave up on it. We went over to soccer cards. It worked flawlessly. Go fucking figure, eh? Fucking indie dev with a fucking game works flawlessly. These big budget ass games got to put you dicking around rigmarole, right?
Yes, 1 versus 100. Sorry, Spider-Man brought up. This was like the most fun game that I ever played with.
Oh my god, it was great.
It was a great community game, and like the questions were great, and I definitely missed that. And the prize, we actually won real shit, so that was really cool. Even if it was like 120, points.
Some of the games in those, what do you call those? You don't know Jack games I heard are fun too.
Yeah, and I have Trivial Pursuit, which is actually a lot of fun as well. I don't know, just something different where we can actually focus on talking to each other and kind of hanging out versus like is there something behind me or
absolutely
yeah. And Gears I get super competitive and I don't really talk as much as I probably should when I play Gears because I'm super focused.
Well, I do have Super Mario Party on my Switch right now, so if anybody got me added on that, we should get a group together for that some night too. That would be a lot of fun.
Super Mario Party, which one?
For the Switch.
Super Mario?
Mario Party, whatever. There's only one Mario Party out for the Switch
Mario
right
Party.
now.
The super part was throwing me off.
Yeah, okay. Just Mario Party, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mario Party's how you lose your friends.
Yeah, Mario Kart. Oh, yeah, I got a Switch. Yeah, the Mario Kart, yeah. People, it's not my fault the red shell popped up, right? It's not my fault that it popped up right at the last lap, all right? I didn't do it on purpose. It just happens.
Mr. Kima said Mooch started the soccer cards name. Yeah, I think he did. He drove that point home so much back in the day that we all started calling it that, and most people still call it soccer cards instead of
Rocket League.
Instead of Rocket League. It's kind of funny.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay.
The cart game that you can download as well. It's either dirt cheap or I think most people have it already. It's part of extras like gold or whatnot. Is the Xbox Avatar? It was called Kinect Joyride. The original was supposed to be used with Kinect. Then they made an upgraded version that you don't need Kinect. You use your controllers and you play your avatar. So it's Mario Kart with your avatars. It's a fantastic game. We played it a few times and it's a lot of fun. So I recommend that too for people that like the kart racers because that one's not expensive. You don't have to go out and spend $40 or $50. And and I like the fact, like I said, you can use your avatar because then you can recognize your friends because they're in the game using their own characters and driving their little Ferraris and Porsches in the game. It's pretty cool shit. So, yeah,
they need to bring back avatar games like for your.
Oh, totally. I thought they were supposed to do more with that too. That's a great topic we have to talk about sometime. Because remember, like about 2 years ago, when Xbox brought back the avatars, they were supposed to do a whole thing with it, and it's fucking disappeared, and nobody seems to bring it up or ask what the fuck happened. Yeah, they brought them out, but you can't do nothing with them other than put some fucking clothes on them.
Right.
You know.
Board. Hey, mine has a hoverboard.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get out of here. We're going to start with our guests. Juno's 23, man. First of all, let me just tell you, you were a fantastic guest. You held your own. If nothing else happens, man, out of all this, we'll definitely can't wait to get you back. But we'll definitely keep you posted. So just let everyone know where they can find you, what kind of channel you're running, all that good stuff. And hopefully everybody will go give you a follow and support your content.
Well, all right. Yeah, I did have fun. It was going from the chat box to the actual panel. You know, when you can turn on the audio, it's a little bit different. Than responding with all caps, but
you get kicked from some chats when you're all doing all caps.
Man, you know, it's like, but you put all caps so you can read it. Some of us wear glasses. I mean, Prime knows the struggle. You know, just because you wear glasses doesn't mean you see perfectly.
Right.
Fucking blind. Blind.
Almost like that explains some of my dates.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'd be on like I said, live. Just do you laugh on live, just like on YouTube. I mean, YouTube, I really don't post much. Started more, but it takes a while to edit game videos. And but yeah, I'd be on Twitter now, more in the chat, as some chat members commented earlier. But yeah, this you make fans real fast when you tell the truth, or when you make logical points. Yes. You make enemies somehow real fast.
Sometimes you know the truth needs to be heard, but the problem with the podcast a lot of times is some people just can't handle the truth. That's the problem, right? Yeah. And then the other side of the coin is so many people out there that their opinion, they speak opinion like it's fact. And that sort of stuff. So I like factual stuff. I like concrete evidence, and speculation's fun, right? Speculation is what makes a lot of the podcast fun, is trying to figure out what somebody's doing or what they're going to show, but at the same time, you got to take it with a grain of salt, right? It's if it's speculation or it's opinion, that could vary, it can change, but it just depends, man. There's so many crazy podcasts out there right now and stuff, but yeah. Michael Monkey Punch Lugo, what's up, brother? Good to see you, brother. And thanks, guys, for the love. Back from the Dead, Crispy Bomb, Spider-Man, Infinite, Dreadpool. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and it's just the optimism. I'm an eternal optimist. Literally have a tattoo that says optimism, but there's always a bright side to something, right? Even like if Microsoft wouldn't have fucked up this generation, we wouldn't have Game Pass. I can guarantee that. If they would have had a PlayStation generation, I guarantee we wouldn't have Game Pass.
Absolutely. That's it. The sign of a good company is when they learn from mistakes. The ones that are doomed to repeat them obviously didn't learn anything. We hope that as fans along the way, people says they're not listening. No, they are listening. We wanted a powerful console after Xbox One. Guess what? They went and give it to us. We wanted more games. Guess what? They went out and hired new studios. They gave us Game Pass. We wanted a better controller. They keep improving that. So there's a lot of things that Microsoft has definitely done, and they've done extremely well this generation. The one thing they are lacking in, and nobody can deny it, they need some more games. They have lots of variety, and that's fantastic. Just the quality's got to come up a little bit, and they do need to fill the hole with some, again, the narrative-driven storyline games that the PlayStation side of the community has known to love. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need a few more like that. We all agree. But that's it. They need to bring the games. They're saying that they will. Just hang in there and be patient, and it will come. As far as I'm concerned, they gave up on the Xbox One a couple years back when they were doing the transition when Phil came in. As far as I'm concerned, that whole Xbox division, when Satya gave him the reins, they was a wrap. They wanted to wipe this fucking. They knew they were so far behind. Why are they going to invest billions of dollars in a generation that is essentially kind of over for them? It's done. It's gone. They just want it. It's like the bad step kid you never like. You just want to get them out the door. That's kind of what they're doing. I think that when it comes to the Xbox One S and the X, those were acts of good faith. Those were done more so to try to hold their fans that were complaining about the original Xbox and to bring the power hungry ones back into the fold by giving them the X and showing them that we are still committed to you guys. We're going to give you the hardware that you've been asking and demanding. So just hang with us and we'll get you the fucking games. Right. And the big test is going to be Halo Infinite. If this game comes out and it somehow bombs, and we do know there's going to be a section of the community who's ready to hate on this game the moment it drops, no matter what they do, no matter
they
how
hate it on the name.
They hate on the name
of the game.
Yeah, so you got to bear that in mind. There's already hate ready to go. That train is ready to leave the station the moment that game comes out. I'm telling you. So just bear with. But I think it's going to be stellar. I'm hoping it is. They're in development for too long. The question is, how well does the engine run, and can it impress people the way we hope it impresses us? So that's the camp, right?
Four player co-op. What if they put that in there?
Oh baby, that'd be nuts. Oh fuck yeah, bring it. I'm pretty sure they'll have 2-player, but if they do 4-player co-op, I'm sold. And let's get over to my amazing co-host and let her get out of here as well. Primal, let people know where they can find you, baby, and hopefully you'll be back next week.
Yes,
you made the whole show.
I am barely hanging on right now. My name is Primal Eve. No. So you guys can find me on Twitter. I'm at Primal Eve. I'm also on Xbox and PSN. Also Primal Eve, but spaced. Yeah. If you try and message me, I apologize. I just want to apologize to everybody for whoever does send me messages, and it takes me about a month or so to respond. I'm really, really, really bad with responding to messages and stuff like that. I'm sorry, and I would absolutely love to play with all of you in game. But like, I might just work and just all my shit going on. Like eventually, if I could take some vacation time, I would love just to sit down and do some multiplayer gaming. But yeah, you guys can catch me once again on Twitter and here Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock with Noof. And thank you so much, Juno. It was really awesome to have you here. I had a good time talking to you, and hopefully we get to see you again.
Oh, he'll be back. That's guaranteed.
It was.
I am going to head out of here. Sorry if I don't get
no problem. We'll let you get out of here. Well, we're done for tonight. So Midnight JT, thanks for coming here. Thanks for the love in the show. Mario187, I didn't give you a shout out earlier. You're getting it now. So thanks for being here. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Again, guys, thanks for the love. Thanks for the 4,000 followers over on Twitter. You guys are amazing. I appreciate the support. It's fantastic. All that good stuff. Spider-Man 356, brother. You always got my back. So thanks for being here again. Buck Roger, Infinite, Crispy Bomb, Dreadpool. The list goes on. Jago was here earlier. Saltiest Gaming. Like I said, the list goes on. Thanks for the love and support, guys. Share it out. Let's see this. There's no reason why this fucking podcast shouldn't be hitting at least 100 people here. So let's share it out. Let's get people in here. Joe Dunmore, thank you so much. Matty Burns, we had a good time playing Dead Space the other day. We'll do it again maybe this week. But anyway, guys, have yourself a great day. And Juno, just before you go, I don't know if you said it, but let people know where your gamer tag is on Xbox.
Oh, yeah. Do you laugh? Because people couldn't read J Rebel for some reason, so I changed it to Jew You Laugh, literally capital J. Jew You Laugh. Yeah, Jew You Laugh, like do you laugh.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, very, very simple, but people can't read because we all wear glasses and we're blind. Glasses are the most underhyped invention of all time. Think about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. Indeed. Well, everybody have a great night. Everybody, thanks for your support. And again, let me know your feedback after tonight. Like I said, he is a very strong candidate. Could potentially be our third co-host, but we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for the love, guys, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Right, trying to Nick Foles it. Get off the bench, right?
Later, guys.
All right, peace.